Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Chef Karl from Cooking and Grilling with Karl, and in this video I'm making for you a delicious recipe called Branzino and Shrimp with a lemon beurre blanc sauce right after this. Alright, so before we get started with the recipe, let me just show you all the ingredients. Also, the ingredients will be listed in the description below. And just so you know, Branzino is just sea bass. Alright, so here I am chopping up some garlic. Right here I'm chopping up some Italian parsley. Alright, so right here I'm just seasoning up my sea bass and my shrimp. Right here I'm just going on with some kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper. And now into a preheated pan with hot oil, I'm going in with my Branzino skin side down, and I'm putting the fish in away from me. That way if I drop it, it'll splatter away from me and not at me. So I seasoned the skin side, so here I am just seasoning the flesh side now. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it definitely supports the channel. I appreciate it. And now back to this recipe. So right here, I'm just putting the fresh cracked black pepper. And now that I got my skin nice and crispy, as you can see, those edges are nice and brown. I'm flipping the fish. So now I'll let the flesh side cook a little bit. Shouldn't take long, because you can cook the skin side a lot longer than you can cook the flesh side. So it's not going to take long for the fish to be done once you flip it. Alright, so now I'm just removing the fish from the pan, getting ready to go in with the shrimp. Alright, so now I'm going in with my shrimp. I gave the pan like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to come back up to temperature. Alright, so the shrimp aren't going to take long at all to cook, probably just a couple of minutes. So here I am just flipping them. And I'm actually going to undercook them a little bit, because I'm going to put everything in the oven. I have the oven on just keeping warm. So I have it at like 150 degrees. So they'll finish cooking while they're in there while I make the sauce. Alright, so here I am starting my sauce. So I just went in with the fresh chopped garlic. Alright, so I'm just going to cook that until you can kind of get the aroma of the garlic coming from the pan. You don't want to burn your garlic or it's going to ruin your sauce. So I turned off my flame and I'm deglazing the pan with some white wine. And the reason I turned off the flame is because I don't want it to flare up. So once I poured in the white wine, I turned the flame back on. And so now here I am going with some heavy cream. Here I am going with half fresh squeezed lemon, a little bit of kosher salt, and of course some fresh cracked black pepper. So I'm going to let that reduce down so it can start thickening up. Just giving it a quick stir. Alright, so you see those bubbles, it's thickening it up. So now I just went in with some cold butter, and I'm going to stir that in. I turned off the flame. And at this point, it's a beurre blanc sauce. And this is what you want, a nice creamy consistency. And you just want to stir that butter in until it's completely melted. Alright, so right here is a bonus. I'm just going to do some vegetables with this recipe. I'm not doing a starch with it, just vegetables. So I had some hot oil in the pan, and then I just went in with some butter. And so now I'm going in with my vegetables. And I always put oil in the pan first. I get that hot, and then I put the butter in after. The oil is going to keep the butter from burning. So if I would have went straight in with butter, that butter would have burnt, it would have turned brown, and it would have ruined the whole dish. So put your oil in first, and then add a little bit of butter, and then add, whatever it is, your chicken, your vegetables, or whatever. All right, so just saute the vegetables a little bit and add some kosher salt, some fresh cracked black pepper. And I have some shallots, some mushrooms, some asparagus, and a little bit of garlic in the vegetables. All right, just giving those a quick toss. So just threw the lid on so I can get a little bit of steam effect going and cook them a little bit faster. All right, so those vegetables are still nice and crispy, but they're pretty much cooked. And I'm also going to go in with some little bit more oil. And now I just went in with some grape tomatoes. So I'm just going to throw the lid back on for a minute or so, and that's going to blister those tomatoes and release some of the juices from the tomatoes. Alright, so as you can see, everything still has its color, nothing's overcooked. That's what you're looking for when you're making vegetables, especially restaurant quality. Alright, and here I went in with my fresh chopped parsley just to give my beurre blanc a nice color. Alright, so my beurre blanc is done. And now it's plate up time. So right here I'm just squeezing some fresh lemon juice on the shrimp and the branzino. And here I am starting to plate up. Alright, so here I am going down with the fish. And now I'm going down with the shrimp. And now I'm going down with my lemon beurre blanc. That sauce is nice and creamy. It came out perfect. And this sauce goes on a lot of different dishes, man. I mean, it's great with chicken. And I even put it on steak sometime. But the dish is pretty much done. So there you have it. Branzino and shrimp with a lemon beurre blanc sauce. Done by yours truly, Cooking and Grilling with Karl. I just want to thank you for checking out another one of my videos. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Also check me out on social media, Cooking and Grilling with Karl. I hope to catch you on the next video. Definitely leave a comment, share this video, and let me know in the comments other recipes you want me to make. On that note, I say God bless, peace.